Good evening and welcome back for another session of one of the 5 sessions that we decided to make concerning the medical English. Today we're going to address the digestive system. Somehow we all have our reasons for eating weird stuff like ice cream, pizza, and sometimes even nachos at 3 a.m. in the afternoon. I have my own reasons, so don't ask, it's kind of personal. But more generally, we all eat any kind of food to accomplish 2 simple things: obtaining energy that we need to stay alive and to get the raw materials required for building all of our tissues and other stuff. That's because when it comes down to it, both you and the food you eat contains those 2 same things. Like those same 2 kinds of atoms. And both you and food have energy stored in the bonds between those atoms. So all living things need to take in this stuff and the energy and convert it into slightly different stuff and energy so we can use it. And you can get some of the things your body needs simply and easily. Like, for example, taking the oxygen. You just have to inhale. But you can't just breathe in things like things you need to build your DNA or actin or your bilayer of phosphate. So how does your body actually acquire this sort of stuff? Well, as I said, food is made of all these different kind of biological matters like carbohydrates, fat, proteins, and it contains a certain, probably shocking amounts of calories, which is how we measure energy stored in chemical bonds of food. But you can't just swallow the pizza and watch it lump and travel straight to your heart legs in order to actually use this food. So in order to actually use this food, you have to convert the biological matter into something more simple and something that your body can work with on a cellular level, which we all know that's pretty tiny. And here comes the role of your digestive system. So what's the digestive system? The digestive system is a continuous tube that begins at the mouth and at the anus. It is known as the alimentary canal or the gastrointestinal tract. And it has 3 functions. First, the digestion of the food into nutrients, the absorption of the nutrients into the bloodstream, and the elimination of solid waste. So, as I said, the digestive system is simply a tract, a tube going all the way from your mouth to your anus. And it's a hollow tube. So basically, you kind of have a continuous tube of the external environment inside of you, which is open at both ends. So you are hollow. You are open from both ends. A donut, maybe? So yeah, you are a donut. Pretty yummy one, though. Anyways, the digestive system. The digestive system, or the digestive tract, is made from different organs, different hollow organs. And we know the major ones. We know our mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, big intestine, and our rectum. And those are accompanied with a couple of other accessory glands or accessory organs, such as the tongue, the teeth, the spleen, the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. So we're gonna divide it into 2. The gastrointestinal tract, which contains the mouth, the pharynx, the esophagus, the stomach, the intestines, the rectum, and finally ends with your anus. Now, talking about all of these, I would give a little and small notion of what each one does. So basically the mouth, as we know, contains teeth. It's like the entry of your digestive system. And that's how we digest food, how we ingest food. Then we transfer it through our pharynx, through our esophagus, to our stomach, where we have our stomach acid, which decomposes the bolus and sends that to our intestines, where we have the mechanism of absorption, and then to our rectum and anus, where we're gonna eliminate what's the solid waste. And as we said, this tube isn't enough. It gets like a big help from accessory organs such as the teeth, the salivary gland, the gallbladder, the liver, and the pancreas. All these, except the teeth, have one of the major functions that we all know about, which is secreting enzymes and proteins that decompose the food. And mentioning these, we have like 6 major steps of digestion. We have the ingestion. So the ingestion is the first step of this whole process, and it's the step that's our favorite. Taking the food, taking a big bite out of it, and tasting every single piece of glory that is in that food. That's the first step and the entry to our digestive tracts. Then we have the propulsion, which is sending this bolus after decomposing it and taking big chunks out of it, using our teeth and tongue to separate it into like smaller pieces so it can go like easily. Then we are gonna swallow, which is a voluntary mechanism, sending the food through our mouth to our pharynx to our esophagus, where now the propulsion is passive and involuntarily by the peristaltism, the esophagus peristaltism, which is gonna keep contracting the muscles that are in the esophagus in a rhythmic way to send the food down to our stomach. Even though these small contractions aren't like massive, but they keep doing a mechanical digestion. They keep spreading the food and taking that bolus, decomposing it even more on a physical level. So these 3 steps starts all the way from the mouth and goes down to through all the organs, all the hollow organs of our digestive system. Now we're going to start with the chemical digestion, which starts with using a couple of enzymes that are secreted by our salivary glands in our mouths that start decomposing the food chemically. And as we said already, after sending the food through the tract into our stomach, we have our stomach acids, which keeps decomposing the food even more into a smaller degree. And then it's going to meet with the enzymes secreted by our liver, our pancreas, that's going to like be eliminated in our duodenum, which is going to decompose the food even more. Now we have like the basic, we reach into we can say a molecular level at that stage. Now that food is going to travel through our intestines. Our intestines are the only barrier between the external environment, as we said, which is the digestive tract, and our internal environment, which is the blood vessels, literally our blood. So the intestines are going to absorb the food, absorb the nutriment to be accurate, and send them from the light of the intestine, which is the external environment, as we said, into our internal environment, into our blood, which gonna be transferred through all the tissues to reach what we call the target cells. So it's gonna use those nutrients to function, to live, to just build themselves. And unfortunately, it doesn't end there. We have tons of waste, solid waste that we can't decompose. And literally, as we all know, it's time for pooping. Defecation. Got to be scientific here. So we eliminate every single waste that we cannot use. And that is the basic overview of your digestive system, which is brief, I know. It's just a simple system. However, going through its physiology, its histology, and even going deeper through where every single nutriment goes or every single enzyme is produced or how it is produced and how it works is a whole other level of complication, but it's a funny complication. So if you have any questions, as always, we would love to have your feedbacks in the comment section, your questions, and even your critiques and the ways we can improve such sessions or such concepts. And as I said, this is just a brief overview and an initiation to the medical English. And maybe if you would love to have more similar sessions, or like you want us to record videos or start making a lot of like real life sessions talking about medicine in English, we would love to hear your opinion and how we can improve it. And I would love to thank you all for the fun that you provided me with. And I would love to spend all night long having such sessions. However, and unfortunately, as I said, this is just an overview. And I wish you an amazing night.